Erik Ten Hag, since he joined Manchester United in April 2022, has won 2 trophies including the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. But his league and European performances make the question: is it time for Manchester United to sack Ten Hag? Erik Ten Hag had a great first season in Manchester United, where he won the Carabao Cup, United's first trophy since 2017, and ended up finishing 3rd in the league, getting United back to the Champions League. Ten Hag ended up 2nd in a fairly easy Europa League group and ended up beating Barcelona in the knockout round and got to the semi-final, where United got demolished 5-2 by Sevilla. Yes, Ten Hag was missing key players, but he spent 245 million that year, so he had to do better. What Ten Hag was criticized about was also getting demolished 7-0 by Liverpool and losing 6-3 against Manchester City, but still overall it was a solid season. However, next season United fans were hopeful as United spent 195 million bringing in some exciting players. But this was a year for Ten Hag to forget. United were in the Champions League and had a fairly easy group. Well, guess what? United ended up finishing last place in the group and ended up finishing 8th in the league, missing out on European football. But then United won the FA Cup against Manchester City and got European football because of that. But now this summer United spent 229 million. That makes Ten Hag's total spend while at United over 700 million. So he had to challenge for the Prem or win the Europa League this season, right? United currently sit 12th in the league with some awful results, and even when they won they weren't that convincing, which means United probably won't get European football this season. Also, United currently sits at 21st place in the Europa League table, and it seems like they are not looking to go far in it. Now let's look at the arguments why United should stick with Ten Hag or why United should sack him. Firstly, Ten Hag's contract lasts till 2028 and he is required to win the Prem by 2028, so that means United want to stick with Ten Hag for a while rather than just change him after bad results. Listen, it took Ferguson 4 years to win a trophy in the first place, and it took Ferguson 5 years to win his first Premier League title. And Ten Hag already won 2 trophies in only 2 years, which shows that he could be on the same track as Ferguson if you look at his contract. Ten Hag also, like Ferguson, has great youth development. Ten Hag developed youth very well at the Ajax, and so far has turned Garnacho, Diallo and Mainu into quality players. Ferguson also did this with players like Scholes. Also, what other manager is there to replace Ten Hag? Allegri, Xavi, Zidane? The thing is, this squad is built in Ten Hag's vision, which means that it suits his playstyle. So here I have a situation in the game. I believe the way United want to play is Ten Hag bought this technical center back so he can pass the ball correctly, and the whole idea is to get the ball to Bruno Fernandes, and then he launches it forward, and then hopefully with Rashford, Højlund, Antony, whoever catching the ball, they create a goal scoring opportunity from which they can score a goal, and even if the defender beat Rashford or Antony or whoever, just mention there are a lot of players here, ignore the fact that there aren't any, United still have a really solid shape around the box. So even if plan A fails, which is to get a correct long ball to Rashford, Antony or Højlund, there's still plan B, which means possession around the enemy box, from which they can create an opportunity. Also Rashford can come in, Shaw can go wide, Martinez here, and so they have a lot of tactical flexibility if plan A fails. For example, these players don't fit Xavi systems, like Rashford doesn't fit Xavi systems, Fernandes doesn't, Højlund doesn't, and similar. So if, let's say, Xavi comes in, I don't think he will come right now. He may come during the summer transfer window where he can buy the players he needs for his system and sell the players he doesn't. Same goes for Allegri and Zidane. Also, other managers probably wouldn't spend anything close to Ten Hag because of FFP. Also, Ten Hag is often criticized for his transfers. There are many transfers that fit Ten Hag's playstyle, like Martinez, Højlund, De Ligt, Antony and similar, though he did end up overpaying for most of them. But they also have to side with the critics. Firstly, the signing of Casemiro. United paid 70 million for him, who was at the time 30 years old, and gave him close to 400,000 a week on a 5-year deal, but I don't really see how he fits Ten Hag's system. Firstly, Casemiro doesn't fit the system because he is a slow player, he cannot play transition, you cannot play a high line with him and similar. I believe Ten Hag wants to use him as someone who can shift into center back and be a passing option for the for the other two center backs so they can escape the opponent's press, but there are way better midfielders who are around the same price or cheaper than Casemiro who can do that. Like Guimaraes, De Jong, Palhinha, Declan Rice, Tonali, and heck, even something like a Paredes would have made more sense. There are also some signings that simply don't make sense, like Mason Mount. Like, he fits the system, but you are paying 70 million for a player who wasn't performing at the time and isn't performing now. Also, Ten Hag spent 100 million on Antony. To be fair, Antony is the perfect player for Ten Hag's system, but unfortunately he may be one of the worst flops in Premier League history, hoping he can turn it around. Other than that, United massively overspent on almost all players that they signed. For example, paying 75 million for a striker who only had 9 goals in the Serie A. Yes, he is perfect for Ten Hag's system, but I wouldn't be surprised if they could have gotten Højlund for half that price. Also, the signing of Xerxes to me personally doesn't make sense. So Xerxes cannot really start because he is a slow player. So, for example, if Bruno sends a long ball, if Xerxes is here, he will probably not catch it. But a realistic way to use Xerxes, like Højlund gets subbed off. And when Xerxes comes in, like, let's say 2 players are on Bruno and that he cannot send long balls to either Rashford or Antony. Xerxes, because of his technical ability, can drop back and be a patient option for Fernandes or whoever of the center backs or midfielders. And in that way Rashford can play a striker, Shaw can go down at the wing, Martinez at the left back. And this is also a way that United can play in case the long balls doesn't work. So United for sure have a lot of tactical depth and flexibility. I think the Ten Hag's tactics are for sure underrated. I mean, I'm not a manager or anything, but this seems pretty good to me. Also, with the money that Ten Hag has spent, he should be up there with Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, but he isn't even close to that, which is unacceptable. Simply money used very, very incorrectly. And also, the reason Manchester City are so successful is because they spend so little and get so much quality. Like, City have the 10th lowest spend in the Premier League, yet they have the best squad, so it's about using your money correctly. Overall, my opinion, should Ten Hag be sacked or not, for now is no. I will still consider keeping him till the end of the season at least, and if the players grow, he could stay for longer. The league table doesn't matter that much in my opinion, it's just about do they play well. If they do even miss European football, I will still keep Ten Hag, of course if the team is improving. But I would lower his budget by a lot considering he already spent a lot and got the players he wanted. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Write your opinion about Ten Hag, should he be sacked, should United stick with him, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.